Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. It's the Craft House. Oh yeah, we are having an absolutely super Saturday here on Crafters TV for loads of reasons. One of them being that the Club Inspire Saver Special, now it started yesterday and it's going to go all the way up until the end of tomorrow. And basically what it means is all of our existing Club Inspire members are going to get an extra 5%. Yes, that's right. So silver members where you normally get 10, scratch that, you're going to get 15. Platinum members, you will get a whacking great 25% off everything you see on air here on Crafters TV and also across the entire website as well. Now that's one of the reasons we're having a Super Saturday. The other reason we're having a Super Saturday is because it is a triple Debbie day. She is back again in the house. How are you doing, Debbie?
I'm fine, thank you. You nearly caught me cleaning then. Just whipped it away very quickly because I realised I got a dirty mat. So yes, I can't... I'm really looking forward to it. It's my third show. Can you tell I'm a bit giddy? It's my third and final show today. I don't think I could have caught with 4 shows, Joe. I really don't think I could have got 4.
I reckon you'd been all right.
Third show in, but yes, and we did give you some sneaky peeks of what we're going to be creating. Shall I get them ready and show you?
Yes, please. I'd love a little sneaky peek.
We've got loads of lovely things on the show. So we've got the gorgeous centrepiece dies, which are just absolutely beautiful. Now that's the gorgeous snowflake one, and I've used it a little bit different. I told you earlier that it's a bit of blue on blue cardstock. I'm dropping my ribbons if you wonder why I was pausing there. I've just realised I'm picking up my things and I've dropped my ribbons.
Oh, never mind.
And a few other things at the back, so I need to go and pick them up in a minute. However, we've got lovely floral stamps as well. I love these floral spray stamps.
They're gorgeous.
These are stunning. Designed by our fabulous Sarah Kate. It's just gorgeous. Some of my favourites, embossing folders with a difference, because to pick out all that colour, we've included stencils in them. We've got some fabulous large edgeable sentiment dies here, which I just think are absolutely beautiful. And then lastly, we've got the scenes of light as well. So the scenes of light, absolutely gorgeous. And again, really beautiful. You can create those lovely layered up looks, add some decorative LED lights to them. Wait a minute, is there such a thing as a decorative LED? They're just LED lights to them to create something that looks absolutely beautiful. So yes, I'm going to get myself ready, pick up my bits that I've dropped on the floor. I'll be back with you in a minute, Joe.
You go and pick your ribbons up. Right, it is a jam-packed show, by the way, and I would definitely urge you to get yourselves over to the website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com.au, hit that shop the show button, have a look at absolutely everything that's coming up in the show. Any questions you've got, you want to have a bit of a natter and a chit-chat with me, I would love for you to do that. And of course, you can do that in all the usual ways. Crafters TV if you're over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're across on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're watching us over on YouTube. But first up, we are going to have a look at these. They are gorgeous. Do you know what? I've got a few samples here. I'm going to show you these first. Why not? Because they are absolutely beautiful. They are going to make really stunning cards. They are your Christmas centerpiece die collection. Brilliant for all of your different concept cards that you might want to create with these. There's lots of different ways you can use them. Really great as well, because you've got lots of aperture and open space. Wonderful to use with all of your pattern papers that you might already have. If you like to paper piece, you're going to enjoy doing that with these as well. They are a fantastic set of dies. £41 or $50. The collection also comes with the acetate. Let me show you the boards of exactly what you're getting. So, firstly, in here, you have got opulent baubles, which are your ornaments here, as you can see. You've also got the sprig of holly, which is that one there. And then we've got the cascading snowflake. Now, this is the one that Debbie was sharing with us a minute ago. Then I'm going to flip them over because these ones are in landscape. So in here, this is that gorgeous woodland scene that you've got. We then have your Follow the Star. Love that one. Very reason of the season. And you've also got 'Twas the Night in there as well. Now you will also get the heat resistant acetate, which is going to be awesome for allowing you to build and construct projects with these. Now, I know it says there that your price as a platinum member is $32.80. Not today. Oh no, $30.75 or $37.50 with that extra 5% discount. So make sure you take that in to account. That'll all happen for you at the checkout. So yes, who's tuning in and saying hi today then? Linda's here from Maryland, Georgie Ann's in Clearwater, Brenda is in Saxelby, what a fabulous place name. Mary's in Montana, I say Lynn here as well, Jill in North Yorkshire, and Pam is in New York. It's going to be a fabulous couple of hours. But these dies, Debbie, kind of like a creator card, but with a single panel. So gives you lots of options, lots of room to do other stuff on your projects, I'm guessing.
Versatility. That word that I bang on about a lot here at Crafters TV and wherever I'm actually showcasing any of our fabulous products. It's something that gives you versatility, and that's exactly what this set of dies do for you. And I love the feature that it does mean it cuts into the cardstock, but I love the feature where you can have it creating that lovely strengthened panel where it just sits into the top of your card. I just think it's absolutely fabulous. And honestly, Joe, these are great designs in here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this and I'm going to cut it into some mirror card. So I've got some mirror card here. I've already cut mine down to strips. Now these are a nice size die as well, and die wise they're about over about 6 inches by 2 inches in depth. It does tell you on each of the box, so it's just slightly bigger than 2 inches and slightly longer than 6 inches. But we're going to pop that down. Now this is coated cardstock, so this is that beautiful let me just remember the right word. Encapsulated glitter.
Encapsulated.
I was struggling then, Joe.
Were you? Sorry, Debbie, I left you hanging.
It's all right. It's quite all right. And I've cut these to fit on my panel. Now, because it is encapsulated glitter, you could make life a little bit easier for yourself and run your... put your metal die underneath it, metal shim underneath it. However, I'm going to go with it and see what it cuts like first. So I'm going to hold that down to place. I can always add the shim afterwards, Joe, that's the difference. Sometimes it's about going in with the least pressure first. So I'm going to pop that through my Gemini. So there we go, run that one through. And all of these designs, I think I did, pretty sure I did a craft along with the everyday ones, that these would work beautiful in with the Christmas designs as well, Joe. So they're a great concept and a really easy concept to achieve as well. So you can see that that's die cut there beautifully. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat that onto the other side, but I'm going to just tap this out first, Joe. So let me get rid of all my little bits. Let's move that one out of the side. So please excuse me while I just clean my die. Let me just bring this out. And
Good that these dies will cut through coated cardstocks, Debbie.
Yes,
they will. Your mirror, your matte mirror, your glitters, because I know a lot of dies sometimes struggle, don't they, to get through those kind of things.
Now, you can, like I said, and I'll show you in a minute, because I'm just going to poke some of these pieces out. And I'll show you the difference between the two using the metal shim as well. So I'm having to poke out these pieces because it is coated glitter, and I always do it from the back, because when you try and do it from a coloured point of view, it's quite difficult to see. But to make life easier, and I'm just going to carry on poking out these little pieces.
Sarah said something to me the other day. I didn't realise this. Apparently, if you peel your cardstock away from the die rather than take your die from the cardstock, it leaves more pieces behind. I've never heard that before. Have you?
Well, shall we put that to the test?
Yeah. So she said basically if you peel the card rather than remove the die, it takes more of the cardstock with it.
Well, I didn't know that.
No, me neither.
I didn't know that, but I'm going to show you by die cutting with your well-loved metal shim here, the difference between the two. So I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to put that on there. I'll carry on poking my other bits out on my other one while I'm running this through. So I'm just going to pop that in. There we go.
Everyone's in a bit of a giddy mood there.
They are. I think it's because you've got something exciting coming up soon, haven't you?
I think it is. Well, this is exciting, Debbie, as well.
Oh,
I'm always excited to work with you, Debbie, I must say. Deborah says, hi, Debbie, Joe, CTV, everyone watching. That hour went quick. Hope you enjoyed your tea, Debbie.
Well, it was a quick, because it took forever to cook. My dear. 12 minutes in microwave. Felt like 20. Felt like 20.
And Sandra is a brand new viewer, first time catching us live. Hi, Sandra. Pleasure to have you with us.
I love first-time viewers. That's lovely. Welcome to the family. So what did Sarah tell you to do?
So she said if you peel the card back from the die.
Right, I'm going to have to be careful because I've got coated cardstock for mine, so I'm just going to be careful. So peel
it and it leaves more bits behind than takes with it, apparently.
Well, maybe not with the coated cardstock, although to be fair, that's done more than what the other one did. But that could well be because I used my metal shim as well. So I'm going to just continue. In fact, have we got the die brush on this one as well?
It is on the show. It's part of a different bundle, but it is available. It'll be available individually for you on the website as well. Brenda says Saxelby is in Lincolnshire, east of England. There we go. What a very regal name.
A Saxelby?
Saxelby.
Is that where she lives?
Yeah.
Saxelby. I've never heard of that one before.
Do you think there's a saxophone shop in Saxelby? There should be if there isn't.
There should be if they're in, yeah. Exactly.
Saxophones of Saxelby, can you imagine?
Exactly. Now, with coated glitter cardstock, there is a little bit more. Like if I ran this through onto one of the different cardstocks, you wouldn't have to do all this poking out. And I'm not going to, because I have got loads of demos to cram in. I actually did I do 6 on the last one?
Did you?
I think I did 6. I think I did a world record for me. And I have got another 6 planned for this one. So I am going to try and speed things up. And like I said, good old fashioned Blue Peter style. But I just want to show you, I have actually got a couple that I've already poked out because I
actually quite enjoy the poking out, you know.
You see, anybody who knows me knows I hate the poking part.
Right.
I prefer... I don't like doing this bit.
You don't like doing the poking out of the die cuts?
No,
right.
no, it's not my thing, and that's why I've said to you before, I have an official... I'm going to have to word this carefully. When I go out on demonstrations, I have an official poker who does all the poking out for me.
Right,
That's
okay.
a good word. Carol's the name. Carol's the name. Anyway, I'm going to pretend Carol was here doing all my poking out because here we go. When you take the time, and it is sometimes with coated cardstock, it does take a little bit of time, but it's worth it. And can I tell you why it's worth it? Take a look at this, and I'm going to hold it up against the white so you can see this.
Oh, nice.
When you take a look at that now, let me move that across there for you, Charlotte. There you go. Look how gorgeous it is. So it's worth doing that bit of poking. I'm going to have to be careful what I say here because I don't want to get myself into trouble.
You won't get yourself in trouble, don't worry. You're amongst friends, Debbie. You're amongst friends, you'll be fine.
Do you know what? Looking at this though, doesn't that look lovely on that white? I might change this demo up a little bit. I were planning on popping it onto a blue panel because I told you earlier we're doing a bit of blue on blue, which I think is really nice. So you can put the blue... The blue background,
Debbie,
the blue.
Everyone says it's me that causes trouble, right? And I am the bad influence here. I don't think that's the case.
No,
I think
well, you see,
you're leading me astray today.
I might change this up. I might keep that one that I've already done, but I think I might change this up because I quite like this.
Yeah, I think it looks nice on the white background.
So I've got a black one that I've already done as well, Joe. So because my plan was I was going to do my blue panel and then stick it on. But either way, look at this. It looks lovely on that.
Beautiful.
That looks nice too.
Just shows you how versatile these are, doesn't it?
Well, just looking at this, Joe. And all this is, can I just tell you what this card is? It's a piece of A4 white stamping card. And using my Ultimate Pro, I've used it to create myself my gatefold. So you'll find it on the Ultimate Pro, and that is exactly how quick and easy it is to do it on the Ultimate Pro. So for those new viewers that are watching, Ultimate Pro is one of those fabulous tools of the trade that you should have.
Absolutely.
And that do lots of different blacks. But I'm stuck now, Joe. Joe, come on, help me out. Let's have a look. Because I do like it on the white. That looks lovely on the white. I love it on the black. Oh, I think that looks quite dramatic. I'm going with black. I've changed my mind. Bye-bye, blue. We're not having you anymore. Change my mind. I like to change things up a little bit. I tell you, I always go rogue when I'm in this building. I set out with a plan, Joe. And it always goes belly up because I change my mind very frequently and very often when I'm in here.
Lizzie just says, what Lizzie presents says, I am in Christmas, 2 towns past Orlando. So
Christmas?
she actually lives in Christmas.
There's a place called Christmas?
Lizzie says, yeah, I am in Christmas, 2 towns past Orlando. Must be actually a place called Christmas in Florida. Imagine living there.
My goodness, that's... I never knew there was a place called Christmas. Did you?
No.
Every day is a school day,
Yes,
Joe. Every day is a school day. Now, I'm going to do exactly the same with this one, so I'm just going to run my dotty tape pen. Now, let me just tell you, dotty tape pen will be your best friend with this die, because this is a really intricate die. So I'm going to just give it a nice little covering all over. Let's just pop that on there.
We've got a nice little adhesive collection on the show, actually, which includes a dotty tape pen, indeed, yeah.
Perfect. Well, it is definitely a must-have, this one. So I'm just going to line that up and get that just about, that looks about central. Popping my snowflake piece down. Oh, they are, aren't they gorgeous, these dies? They're absolutely beautiful.
Nice to see 2 of them used together as well at the same time.
Nice to see what,
Nice to see 2 of them used together at the same time. I know a lot of the time they're used as cutting detail. Also nice to see them used as a topper as well, Debbie.
Yeah, and that's what I love about these dies. Lots and lots of different ways that you can use them. I'm going to put some little blue gems in the centre. If you're wondering where I've got these, they're from the Yunky Dory range, if you're wondering where I've got these from. But they're absolutely just just finish it off and add a little bit of extra sparkle, and we'll do that on the other side as well.
That tape pen, that adhesive bundle on the bottom of your screen, you'll get the dotted tape pen, the red liner tape, foam on a roll, the all-purpose, the tacky, and also the low-tack tape as well. So it's a really good little comprehensive bundle, that one.
Oh, look at that, Joe. I'm glad I changed it up now. Isn't it funny how sometimes when we come in, we have a plan in mind, and then you just change it up, and I'll show you the two side by side when you see them. I'm just going to give those nice score lines just down there, and what it just needs now to finish that off is a little sentiment. So, let me grab, I've got a little season's greeting sentiment, which I'm just going to stick over, but I want to mat that onto something. So I think I'm going to, yeah, let's mat that onto... Yep, we're going to go a bit of black on there. There we go. I'm going to overhang it only halfway. There we go, because I had that on my thing. So I'm just going to now pop that on to the bottom part of this card. Doesn't that look lovely? It's really nice, that. Absolutely beautiful. In fact, let me see if I can peel that off a bit. I've got another idea. Let's go a little bit different again. Let's go into the middle. There we are.
Just shows you the fun you can have having a play.
Absolutely, as well, absolutely does. In fact, let me stick my panels on and it might make my life a little bit easier before I do this. Let me just run a couple of pieces of black card that I've got to just literally take that off a little bit there, but it'll just set me sentiment off slightly. And rather than sticking the whole sentiment all the way across, what I'm just going to do is overhang it at the bottom.
Also great to show you that you're not confined to the size of the die. You can, of course, add panels, make these longer. I'm guessing you cut into them and make them shorter. No reason you couldn't do that either, Debbie.
Yeah, exactly. So now I've got a little bit rogue and done it slightly different. There we go. Oh, it looks lovely on black. That was it on my blue, so I'm just going to change it up a little bit. So that was on my blue, and I've just changed it up slightly. Oh, it stands out a little.
Very
actually,
dramatic, Debbie.
Look how beautiful it looks, though, when you do that shimmer. It's so lovely when you do colours, the same colours on top of each other. It's like white on white.
Tone on tone.
Yes, tone on tone. But I quite like that, Joe.
Beautiful
I think that's
card.
Really nice. So it's just showing you one way that you can use them. Do you want to see a few other samples? Let me show you a few other samples of how you can use some of the other gorgeous dies in this collection, because they're absolutely beautiful. So that's the lovely holly. So we've got the holly there. Then we've got those beautiful Christmas baubles or ornaments. Oh, this one's lovely, Joe. Look at this. And again, just how fabulous does that look, where you can keep it connected into your card, but it's really, really got that lovely wow factor effect. And the same, I mean, that's the same die, but in a different colour. Look at that. How gorgeous. Absolutely fabulous. And now the one that I've just done, look at this one. Oh,
nice.
That is beautiful, and used again in a slightly different way. Decorative part into the cardstock, but also on the edge panel there. I just think these are absolutely beautiful. I love this one because, yep, looks a bit bland there, but woohoo!
Oh,
look
yes.
how beautiful
what a
that
snowy
looks.
scene sensation that is.
It's just gorgeous. And then, of course, you can use these as stencils. So what Bianca's done with this one is she's used her actual embossing feature, because some of these dies have got an embossing feature, and she's embossed over it using the die, so it creates that lovely stencil.
How do you know when it's? How do you know if you can emboss with it or not?
So you'll know with the die. So with the snowflake. Let me just grab one of my dies out so I can show you what I mean by that. So let me bring this in, because that's a good question, Joe. Let me just move all my bits out of the way before I get logged down with everything. Right, so...
Lizzie says, OM gosh, that blue against the black is just gorgeous, Debbie. It really is, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, my die that adds me snowflake in... doesn't have an embossed feature. So when I hold that up there, let's see if Charlotte can get in close. I'm going to hold it up against side the one that has got an embossed feature. Please excuse the little bits of paper still in there. Snowflake, no embossed feature. Baubles, embossed. And you can see it because if you go in close to those baubles, there's no cutting lines.
Right.
So you can see these raised bits, that's going to cut into the decorative panel, but these bits are the embossed features, and that's when you need to use your rubber mat. So you will use your rubber mat to create that embossed feature and give it the extra oomph, so to speak, that extra embossing detail. So you'll be able to tell with your dies, snowflake no, baubles yes. The same with the, yeah, this one. The holly one has got a lovely embossed feature as well. So that's the same with the Christmas ones as well as the everyday ones, Joe. So that was a great question.
Amazing.
Thank you very much for asking.
Awesome. Let me remind you then what you're going to get in this particular collection. So these are the 6 you're going to receive in there. The great thing are these are the 6 we launched, so you've still got time to snap up all of the available options. So you've got your opulent baubles. You then have the gorgeous holly in here. This looks great with things like your glossy highlights in here, paper piecing those berries back on there is another option for you. The snowflake that Debbie's just used there, lots and lots of aperture and open space in here as well, so you can really play around with colour washes behind those, different textures of cardstock as Debbie did. This one here, now this is your reindeer family that you've got there. Think about snipping bits of these out as well. Think about creating a scene, because what you could do, of course, is just have just the reindeers on the front layer and then have all the other elements in the background. So loads of options there for you. Of course, this one, the iconic Follow the Star, that amazing nativity scene, which is going to play so nicely with so much of your other craft stash that you already have. And then you've also got 'Twas the Night there, Santa and his sleigh bobbing along the top of the rooftops there. £41 or $50. Now, not only do you get that, you are also going to get as well the heat-proof acetate included in here, which is going to be great for allowing you to build up sort of window projects using with these. Now, remember, you can use your Club Inspire discount. Don't forget, you're also going to get an extra 5% off as well for all existing Club Inspire members. I want to show you some of the layering stamps. Now, if you want to see a full demo on these, all you've got to do is go back to the earlier show, because when Debbie was here with George earlier, she did one of these awesome projects. So I'll just take you through these. Now, these are great layering stamps. So I know a lot of you will already be familiar with them, but it's about layering up the different colours and tones to create this real dimensional scene. Really gives you the look of sort of a foreground and a background scene. So you've got Bethlehem Skyline, which is this one here. You will also receive this one, which is your Christmas Nativity. Then you've got your Woodland Stags in here too. There's also the Over the Rooftops. Then you've got your Christmas Village, and you'll receive the Enjoy the Season. You will also get some of our awesome watercolour cardstock included there as well with that. So you're going to be good to go to start creating something awesome when you get these back. Now, if you do want to go back and see a full demo, you can go back to the earlier show from an hour or so ago, and you'll be able to see Debbie demonstrating that. In fact, Debbie, have you got what you made in that earlier show?
I have indeed, Joe. I've got what I made in this, and I just showed you how simple it was to use these stamps. They're absolutely fabulous. A great design in our layering range. You're right there, Joe.
Oh, I just knocked Sarah's A over, and I honestly, I thought I saw my life flash before my eyes, Debbie.
My eye literally jumped. But yeah, no, this is what I actually made in the other show. So I just showed you that concept and how easy it was to create this lovely layered up scene. And if I hold that forward, you can see right in the very background that lovely skyline detail, and then every single one of these layered up to create that beautiful detailed feature. Really useful set of stamps, very easy to use, but create something really quite wow. And as I was talking about it ever such a lot in the previous show, Joe, I was talking about cards to be made easy for Christmas. That's the kind of thing that you're looking for. You just need some ink pads, those stamps, and you're good to go. And get everybody involved.
Absolutely, you can indeed. With so many awesome festive items for you in this show, absolutely you should pop yourself over to the website, hit the Shop the Show button, which you'll see on the home screen, and that'll share with you everything that's in there. We're going to move on now, and we'll share with you the Gemini Christmas Floral Spray Stamp and Die Set. What I love about when we bring you stamps and dies like this is just how customizable they are. The fact that you've got so many different options, because yes, you're going to get the dies to allow you to cut out the main focal point and also the embellishing element, which you can decoupage if you wish, but then what we do is deconstruct that die and really break it down. So it means you've got the option to cut it all out. You can cut it out of the left side, out of the right side. You can create a corner, or you can create an over the edge design here as well. So you think about the different ways you can use them. You'll be able to create very different looks, even just using one of the sets from here. You've got lots in this one for you. So you've got Ring Out the Bells, which is these ones here. Love that these are all kind of classic Christmas. Although this one here, this is your Winter Blessings. I think you could absolutely use that all the year round. Play around with the colours that you're going to use there, and that could easily be a summer card or an autumn card. Then you've got your poinsettia, the classic Christmas poinsettia. It really is. I know that about a few years ago, Debbie, I started to see a lot of poinsettias, but they seem to get more and more popular every year. They're like the go-to Christmas flower now, aren't they? So nice that you've got that one in there.
Yeah, they're just beautiful.
I don't remember seeing that many of them years ago. Now I see them everywhere at Christmas. So great that that's in there. But then you've got your Christmas bow, which is this one here. Really beautiful. We've got the little bells on there, the foliage in the background. Oh no, this one's had a bit of an incident. Let me fold that one back down there. Got me bow in a twist. There we go. Then the next one here for you. This one is your festive banner, which is fantastic. And finally, you will also get this one here, which is your cozy by candlelight. Really lovely imagery in all of these. Really nice that you've got as well your different sentiments in there. Use the stamps on their own, use the stamps together with the dies. It is completely up to you. Platinum members, of course, with that extra 5% off, you're looking at $53.96 or $61.02 to get your hands on these. I know a lot of you got these already and love them, and they are absolutely fantastic. And also, Debbie, I think because of the way that the dies are deconstructed, as I was saying, you could essentially create the same card and make it look very different just by playing around with how you piece this together, I'm imagining.
Yeah, because of the dies, you'll be able to create some over-the-edge cards, something a little bit different. And the one that we're going to do right now is exactly that. And that's what I love about having the die split down. Rather than being a whole, it means that you can create beautifully shaped cards like this, which I just think are absolutely beautiful. And this is exactly what we're going to be doing now. And I'll show you how you can achieve that look. Because they are fabulous. And they have been designed by, honestly, the genius behind her. Sarah Kay designed these, didn't she?
You can tell they're a Sarah Kay creation, can't you?
You can,
it's
yeah.
Definitely a styling to her
just
artwork.
Glorious. And her artwork is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. And there's lots on here. You're getting lots of different stamps. Now I'm using the Christmas bow. I was debating whether to use that poinsettia because I just think it's lovely. It's absolutely gorgeous. But Christmas bow is just equally beautiful. And again, really easy to use. And a stamp. So we'll do a stamp first, Joe. So grab yourself a good stamping mat and stamping platform. Literally, I'm just going to hold that into place because I've got mine down onto my cardstock. You've got the dies to do the cutting out as well, so you're not even having to do that job, which I just think, wow, genius. And again, all I'm going to do is ink this up. Now, depending on what you're colouring your stamp in with, now, can I just tell you, Sarah's designed these big in mind for all your colouring needs, and regardless of what medium you use, I think you'll enjoy these a lot.
And I think that's really apparent, I guess, with the ease of use when something's been designed for you to colour it, rather than you just colouring any stamp. Yeah,
exactly. And these are just fabulous. I'm just going to make sure I've got that covered all the way across. There we go, lift that off. But look how beautiful that is. Oh, it's just lush. It's lush, is what it is,
Don't
Joe.
let Craigie say that.
What, love?
He hates that word, doesn't he?
Who does?
Lush.
Does he not like lush?
He hates it so much. I say it all the time when I'm working with him. He has like a little sort of mini meltdown every time I say it.
Oh, bless it. Oh, I better remember that then next time I say it to him, because I say lush all the time. I think it's a lovely word. Describes something really beautiful, lush. Yeah. But the dies here are able to literally die cut out your piece. Now, it's down to you if you want to do some colouring, what colouring medium. Because I used our Finesse alcohol proof means it's perfect for things like the tri-blends, which is what I've coloured this in with. So if I can I do a little bit of colouring? I'll not do it all. I'll not do it all, but I'll do a little bit of colouring.
Yeah, the bow looks very dimensional.
It is. It really is. Just going to get yourself a bit of scrap paper for underneath, and I'm going to just bring this in because I'm going to use this die as well in a moment, because the die itself for the... I am struggling today picking things up. Let me grab me... poker tool. That's the word I was looking for.
Fabulous nails of yours, you see.
They're
very spangly and sparkly and gorgeous.
I know. But like I said, the die the way that it comes into two pieces means that you can create this now by simply die cutting that out once you've got that on. But I am going to use these in two different ways. So I'm going to split those up for a second because I've got my card blank ready to do the cutting out. So we'll do that in a moment. But we'll do a tiny bit of colouring. I'll not go mad. I'll do a tiny bit of colouring. I'm going to use my tri-blend brush pens. This one is the pink violet blend, which is beautiful, and I'm going to go in and do a spot of colouring.
We do have the original tri-blends on the show for you if you wanted to go to them. I know the 6-piece collections are back in stock, which is awesome. There's 42 of them in that collection. And the other great thing as well, you've got over a 20% saving on there. And then remember, because you're getting the extra 5% saving, it might be a great time for you to put a basket together and stock up on, you know, some core items, the things that you need whilst you're getting that extra 5%. So things like your cardstock, your adhesives, all of those sort of things, because it's very rare that we give you sort of a blanket extra discount across absolutely everything on the site. Maybe you've been eyeing a machine, maybe it's going to be a foil press or a new Gemini. I would definitely suggest grabbing it whilst you've got that extra discount. So do take advantage of that. Remember, the Club Inspire Saver Special can only last until the end of tomorrow, so definitely worth bearing in mind.
It's a great thing, isn't it, that we've got going off at the minute? Absolutely fabulous. It really is. Now, I'm just doing a spot of colour in here, so I'm starting with my light, and then I'm going to go in with me medium one and then my dark one. So I'm going to go back in, and I'm just going to build this up. So literally, just take your time with it, enjoy a bit of colouring, and it's a great one to use for you know, for practicing your colouring on as well, because it's a nice big piece. But honestly, depending on what you're going to be colouring it in with, literally, I promise you're going to love these stamps and die sets. They're just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
It's lovely to watch your colour, Erin. Producer Erin's just saying, very relaxing.
Bless her.
It's very chill thing to do, colouring, isn't it, Debbie?
It is. It's something that I literally really do enjoy now, and I honestly have so much fun when I'm colouring, and we have some amazing colouring mediums in the family here. But I've just preserved myself a little bit of an highlight in the centre there. Let me just go in a little bit, and then you can just repeat that again. So again, we'll go in with that bottom one. Let's do this one where we're going to go in.
These is this the original tri-blends you're using here, Debbie?
It is, yeah, it's the originals, yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to just pop the light down first. And I always say with the tri-blends, the original ones, they are, I mean, if you love the brush ones, absolutely fine, because you can get the same results with your brush ones as well. But they're just a great pen to start with. Do you know, if you've never done colouring before, tri-blends are what I would always say go in with straight away. Because you know the classics and the illustrators, we've got 200, is it 200 and odd of each, I think it is?
There's a lot, isn't there, yeah?
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Whereas with the tri-blends, you're getting all your colour in one pen. So you've got your light, your medium and your dark tone of that same colour family all in one pen, which is why every time somebody asks me, I always say, yeah, definitely get your tri-blends if you're just starting out into your colouring journey, because I promise you'll not be disappointed.
Lizzie says, Debbie, you make your colouring look so effortless and gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Anne's got a fun fact for us about the poinsettias as well. Fun fact, the little yellow bits in the centre of the poinsettia are the actual flowers. The big red bits are the leaves.
No way.
I know, it actually does make sense now you look at it. I'll show you, let me show you my poinsettia. This one just here. So these are the big red bits are the leaves, and the little bits are the flowers in the middle there. The little yellow bit is a flower, yeah.
No.
What a very understated flower has a poinsettia.
I'm shocked.
I know, shooketh, as the kids say.
What did you say?
Shooketh.
Oh, shooketh.
Yeah.
This is something completely different then.
That's what the kids say apparently. Not
Do
shocked.
they?
They're shooketh, yeah.
They're shooketh.
There you are. Anyway, Tony says that. Very nice, Debbie. Just got my collection. Haven't had a chance to play yet. Beth's letting me know that their watercolour Christmas collection arrived earlier today. Just love it.
Ooh, do you know what then? She'll have to join us for Craft Along tomorrow.
Oh, is it Craft Along tomorrow?
Yes. Craft Along tomorrow.
That's great timing, Beth. She says, my poor hubby had to look at everything with me. Lol. Brenda says she loves the nativity scene in that previous collection. Lizzie also says, oh, Debbie, yes. Watching you layering those stamps for that beautiful scene was magnificent earlier. Very much enjoyed that demonstration.
Oh, thank you. Now, Joe, I could literally spend all afternoon in my colouring coma, but I'll show you the ones that I've done previously, because it takes a little bit of time, but honestly, have a play and have an enjoyment out of it. So I've just shown you how you can create that effect, and that's the finished one, and the same with this one. And I haven't had to fussy cut them because I've had the dies to do the cutting out for me. So that's my two-part ready there, so I'm going to move those to one side. What I'm going to do now is show you how you can create that shape blank. So, as in card blank, that's the right word I was looking for. Shape blank, is that such a thing? But I want to sit my die, and what I'm going to do is position where I want it to be, because I want this to cut out a little edge on the card. So I'm going to just position it about there on my card. Now, this is a 5x7 card that I've done. So I've literally made it 10 by 7 and then score it down the middle, okay?
Fabulous.
So I'm just going to pop that on there and I'm just going to hold that down with a little bit of low
Why is it, do you
tack
think,
tape.
5 by 7 is such a popular card size, Debbie?
Do you know, I'd love to know, but I know that 5 by 7 is. It's like the same as 7 by 7, 8 by 7. They're all popular cards, but I think 5 by 7 is a nice size.
Yeah, maybe because it's easy to create from an A4 as well. Maybe that's another reason why it's
we're
quite
having
a
to get your
popular one.
A3 card stock out and things like that, absolutely. You could have hit the nail on the head there. Right, so I'm going to pop that in. Thing is, Joe, I used to buy, honest to goodness, and the shop will tell you, when I worked at Chesterfield, I used to buy card blanks left, right and centre, because I used to run my own classes and I'd done weekend retreats and things like that, so I used to teach, and I used to buy lots for my teaching purposes. And then obviously, someone said, well, why are you buying them? Why are you doing it? And I was just thinking, because it's easy. And then she'd be like, yeah, but you've got your Ultimate Pro. And honest, to make any sense. And honestly, since that day forward, when she said it, I did that little light bulb moment and I thought, do you know what? She's right, I'm spending all this money on card blanks and I've got a tool that can do it for me, as in I can make my own and my own styles and things like that. And that's why I have my scoreboards and things like that. So yes, I don't buy them anymore. I promise you, and on heart, I do not buy card blanks. I make my own and make my own envelopes. There isn't a single one that I don't do now. I do it all by, and it's usually now white stamping card and me Ultimate.
I think
Pro
I need an
things.
envelope maker, Debbie, because I had a. Does anyone else do this, right? I had a letter come from a solicitor, Debbie, just about the house. Nothing.
Oh, right, okay, I was just going to say.
Honestly, I've not been served some injunction or something. It was just a boring form it needed signing and returning, but it's quite a big document, so it needs an A4 envelope. Now, it's been signed. I had to get a friend to witness it. That was 3 weeks ago, and it's still sat on the table because I don't have the right envelope for it. I am the worst.
What are you like, Joe?
What am I
honestly.
like?
Now I'm just, because I've done that die cut, I'm literally just removing it from the edge. Can you see? I've just snipped at the top, snipped at the bottom, and that has now created me that lovely fancy fold, ready for me to put in all my extra elements. Because that's going to sit. Let me just get me. I think I might have to chop these nails down, Joe. I think they're a bit too long. That's going to sit into there in a moment. But can you see how lovely that works? It really does give a lovely effect. And with the other die, let me just. Debbie, remember what you're doing. Put those to one side for a second. With the other die, and I'll just bring it in for a second, you can use this to create yourself another mat that fits. So on the top part of the card, can you see where I've done this? Because I want to sit me floral into there. So I use some textured card and I use the other die. Nice. And I just sat it on there and did exactly the same. So exactly the same, snipped at the bottom, snipped at the top, and that created me this lovely fold. Because that's going to sit there, right, nice and neatly now.
So was that a quarter of an inch smaller than the 5 by 7, or was it the same size?
So what I did was I just cut a 5 by 7 piece. Well,
yeah.
I cut a 5 by 7 piece. And just snipped it off and then just trimmed it down.
Just took a
you
fly's
could
eyelash
take a
off.
quarter of an inch off, like you just said. So
Yeah.
you could take it. So instead of it being 5 by 7, you could measure a piece of textured card at 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Then pop that on, and you'll find that it fits into there perfectly.
Okay.
Without having to trim down afterwards. So yeah, absolutely, Joe. Great. I can tell you pay attention to these things.
I
Joe.
always
Eye
pay
for
attention.
detail. Eye for detail. So what I'm going to do now, Joe, is, I did say I was going to fill my tacky glue up. I think, yep, I think it's time to fill my tacky glue up. I think it's all but run out. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do when I can find my tape pens. There we go. I'll just pop my tape pen on instead. Oh, well, I would use a tape pen that had run out as well. It's going to be one of them afternoons.
Oh,
I can
Debbie.
just tell. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fill it up in a minute. I'll just use some wet glue instead. My wet glue will never let me down.
Lizzie says they love the 5 by 7, gives them plenty of space to work, but with just enough room. So not too big, not too small. It's the Goldilocks almost of the crafting world, isn't it? 5 by 7.
Yeah.
Pamela says 5 by 7 is the largest you can send in the US without extra postage.
Ah.
So maybe that makes a lot of sense as to why you would send a lot of 5 by 7s.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
Cheryl says, Debbie, please make poor Joe an envelope.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I was going to suggest that a minute ago. That's what I was going to say. I'll make you one.
Stephanie's got an idea as well. She says, Joe, reuse the envelope it came in. All you need is an address label and some double-sided tape.
Ooh.
Why didn't I think about that? Just put some sticky tape over it, a bit of paper on the front. Off it goes. That
Jobs are good in. Yeah.
Top tip indeed.
Very much so.
Jeffrey says, yippee, Sarah Signature Watercolour Collection, Christmas Wobblers and Christmas Layering Stamp Collection all just arrived.
Ooh, so
now
then.
I will get
so
to
then.
work.
So I've got the craft along this week and tomorrow at 3 p.m. is the watercolour. Next weekend, Wobblers. Jeffrey. Yes, you're all ready. You're all ready. You don't need to be ordering anything in. I know. So what I've done there, Joe, now is, can you see, I've got my little piece, I've popped some foam pads on, and what I'm going to do is just layer that up over my design so it gives it a little bit of a lift off there. I've got myself a little bow, so I've done myself a little bow with matching papers. Let me bring in my matching papers actually, because I've got my front part done, but what I want to do is bring in some papers here. This is from the Glittering Snowflakes. You can tell I've been finding paper pads all over the place, can't you? And I've remembered which ones I got from this time, Joe.
I bet you can find all your paper pads.
I know where
home,
everything is now. Absolutely, I know where everything is. It is such a joy to go in. Where's me construction? Where's me stamps? Where's me? I know exactly where everything is.
Debbie's got herself a brand new craft room. Oh. Lucky lady.
I know. I saw a little post on from somebody called Chris Evans, who not the Chris Evans as in the Chris Evans actor or radio presenter, because there's two of them. It's Chris Evans on the I'm a Crafter's Companion page.
If you were going to get a message, sorry, carry on.
Who showed the craft room and saying how bad it was. How bad it was. Bless. I said, you can do it. You can do it, Chris. If you're watching, you can do it.
You can do it.
I have every faith in you. You can.
Maybe we could make a TV show, like a Crafters TV special show, where you go round, you know, and help people transform their craft rooms, Debbie. I mean, because looking at yours, it looks absolutely fabulous. Erin's in the gallery today. What do you think, Erin, to that idea? Thinks it's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
You could be like the Kim and/or Aggie of people's craft rooms.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's the definite. Yeah, definitely that one. Do you think I can go to faraway exotic places and help people?
Yeah, I reckon we'll send you to exotic places like Aberystwyth and Coventry and Dundee and all the...
I was thinking something more exotic, as in getting on a plane.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking.
We could call it Craft Room SOS, like DIY SOS, but Craft Room SOS with Debbie.
Oh, I love it. Yes. Yeah. Let me get signed up with that. I might pitch that idea to Sarah. Yeah, I think I might pitch that idea.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. Let's get your people to talk to Sarah's people and see what happens. Talking about the preview, Alicia says, hi Joe, will you be on with Sarah? This is Alicia from Arkansas. I absolutely will be on with Sarah for the preview a little later. It should be called Arkansas. It'd be so much more fun, wouldn't it?
Arkansas.
Really would.
Yeah, absolutely. But there we go, Joe. We are all done. So we have created ourselves a very fancy fold 5x7 here, I must say. Very fancy fold, but showing you how versatile, again, having those dies split up mean that you can create these beautiful features. So honestly, you're going to love these just as much as I do, because they're absolutely fabulous. Sorry, my fan just blew that over then. I've got a bit of a fan, I don't know if you can tell. My hair keeps blowing and it keeps blowing all my bits. It keeps blowing all my bits over. Yeah, I've got a bit of a fan going off over there. So yeah. But yeah, you're going to love them as much as we do. There you go. I
don't know if you need I mean, it's not very warm here today in the UK, is it, Debbie? You would never guess it was August if you looked outside today. Right, let me take you back through what you're getting in here. So you've got the ring out those bells. Again, beautiful in the fact that you've got the deconstructed die, so you can cut them out in lots of different configurations. You've got your stamps in here as well. They're going to give you sentiments too. This one here has 4 different sentiments in there for you. Use the stamps on their own, use the stamps with the dies, and you've got all the different ways you can put them together. So you've got the bells. You then also have your winter blessings. This one here is your festive poinsettia. You've also got the one you've just seen Debbie using there, the Christmas bow. That one there is your festive banner. And then you've also got this one here, which is your Cozy by Candlelight. They are all available individually. If you did want to pick and choose, you can get any 2 of them for £27 or $33 if you wanted to get them that way. Remember also that Platinum members, you're going to get a bit of an extra juicy discount on top of that as well. You're actually looking at $53.96 to 61 and 2 cents today. So let me grab that there. I'm also going to have to figure out, my wires are everywhere today, Debbie. I don't know what's going on. I'm a right mucky pup today. Let me share with you, I hadn't seen these, Debbie, and you know how I love a gift tag. I think these are fantastic. So these are your gift tag die. So what you've got here is one die which is going to cut back on the back and forward sides. Then you've also got the stamps to do the backwards and the forward sides. And it's just a really gorgeous, beautiful little tag style. I love these for tags, Debbie. These might also be really lovely on little loose elements, in little pockets on things like smaller cards or within a scrapbook page. I think you could definitely use them. I think you'll find lots of different ways that you're going to put these to use over this Christmas crafting period. You've got your gingerbread wishes in here. This one here, love this. This is your glad tidings. This is the little character from the Nutcracker, isn't it, that you've got in that one there. You've then got Santa as well, with your ho, ho, ho. You've got Christmas cheer with your little elf there. Then you've got the Christmas sparkle. She's looking fabulous, isn't she? Then you've got your snow much fun with your little snowman there. Then you've also got fun-filled Christmas with a reindeer. He looks cheeky, doesn't he? He's got a very round bottom. And you've also, talking around bottoms, that's a very round bottom. Warm winter wishes is your... I'm really having to self-edit today, heavily self-edit. It was apparent from the moment I got into that, I was in a very, very strange mood, so I pre-apologise. A brilliant saving there for you on that. Almost £22, almost $28. That is not all you get though, because you also get 10 sheets of cardstock in there and a finesse waterproof ink pad. Shut the front door. What a great deal. £32 or $45.56 if you are a Club Inspire Platinum member. You will get a little bit extra off of that. If you want to see a full demonstration on that, you can go back to the earlier show as well. Debbie, that looks fabulous what you've created.
Well, because I love gift tags, but I love also bookmarks, because it could be a gift tag, a bookmark, you could take it into your card making. And a nice idea to do this is what I did earlier on in the earlier show, where I did this with the bookmark. But a little gift card as well, so that they can actually then use that as a bookmark afterwards, a little keepsake. They could throw that bit away if they wanted, but then they've got a lovely cute, and look how cute. I mean, he is. Look at that cheeky bum. I think he's so cute. Beautiful. They are absolutely lovely. Do you know what I just thought about afterwards though? Glossy highlights. The glossy highlights on his nose, that would have looked absolutely fabulous. Never thought. Do you know when you sometimes get these light bulb moments after you've done the demo? That's usually me.
I guess you could add a bit
That's
in.
what we did earlier on in the 3 p.m. show. So yeah, absolutely. If you want to see how that's done, tune in there.
Yeah, very easy to go back and watch back any of our previous shows. You'll find them over on the Crafters TV of our web area of our website. Details down there in the bottom corner of your screen. Lots of you with very full baskets can give you an opportunity to check out. So whilst you do that, here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
All the details there of Club Inspire and also US shipping, which is awesome. Don't forget about the extra 5% discount for all of our existing Club Inspire members, which is going to take you all the way through until the end of tomorrow. So definitely a chance to grab a bargain. We're going to move on. We're going to look at something now. Now, I think our embossing folders have always been absolutely amazing. This is your Gemini Christmas 3D embossing folder and stencil collection that you've got here. Before we get into this then, Debbie, just a quick question from me. 3D embossing folder. What does that mean? Because we see it sometimes on some of our embossing folders and then some of them we don't see it.
Yep. So 3D embossing is just slightly different from a regular embossing folder in the fact that it's got multiple layers of embossing. So a normal regular embossing folder is just a one-dimensional, one raised element, one embossing feature. But with a 3D embossing folder, as it states 3D, it's more sculpture, more depth. So you've got different levels of embossing. So you've not got just the one level, you've got multiple levels of embossing, which is why you get a beautiful detail every single time you use an embossing folder.
Amazing. That's what makes these so incredible. So you're going to get loads of depth and dimension and lots of texture on them, but then we allow you to really up the ante by popping in 2 layering stencils into there as well. So you can really accentuate and allow that embossed detail to pop. And I think it is a marriage made in heaven. I know it's something we've only sort of started doing recently, but they've been so popular at our previous sets, so it's great to have them now in the festive edition. What you're going to get in here is Snowflake Medley. I love that. Then the next one here is your Delicate Decorations. This one is your Over the Rooftop. Then you've got your Jingle Bells, which is that one just there. Really lovely classic Christmas scenes here. Then you've got your Candle, which is your Festive Candle Light. And, of course, your precious poinsettia in there as well. Do you know the one I really like, Debbie? And the one, this one. Let me just go back to it.
Which
the Delicate Decorations. I bet you could fussy cut them and make really beautiful projects with them. You know, like putting them in a line, Debbie, having them fussy cut on top of your cards. That'd be gorgeous, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You could, yeah, definitely. That'd be a really nice idea. I've got a few samples. Can I show you?
Oh, yes, please.
So these are beautiful. Look at these. This is just showing you. Do you know, I often love embossing folders and picking them out with colours. And on a normal embossing folder, you have to like get your paintbrush in or your pen or whatever it is to colour them. But these have been made easy because I haven't done any colouring. And I say it's not me, it's somebody else that's done this actually, because it's not mine. It's one of the design team members. But no colouring's been involved because it's all been done with those stencils. So cleverly done. Look at this, Joe, look at this.
Beautiful. I love
that. That is glorious.
So is that a stencil that's been...
It's a stencil that's gone over the top
of the musical
of the
notes in the background, where are they from? Is that in the actual... Oh, it's in
the embossing folder.
Oh my giddy aunt.
Yeah,
I didn't see it because it hadn't been picked out. I love that.
Yeah, and then look at the candle. The candle's beautiful. All that detail in the background is all on there as well. Look, I just adore... Oh... I adore that one. Look at that level embossing, but then look at that sheen, because it depends what you put through it. You could put through whatever colour you want to put through. Look at this one, Joe. This is another gorgeous one. Do you know you said about picking them out? So embossed, so this has been embossed with mirror, then snipped out, done again, and then use the stencils to create the background. And look how gorgeous, how clever is that one? How versatile is that one? And then look at this one. I love this one. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Oh, just beautiful. Because you can put anything. You can put texture paste.
I can't say that word, Debbie.
What's that word?
The first one, I can't say it.
Joyeux.
Joyeux, that's it.
I say joyeux. Joyeux Noel.
There we go.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Lots of you loving these. Susie T says, love the 3D embossing folders of the stencils. Pam says, oh my goodness, I'm using the CC heat gun for the first time. I think I'm in love. We don't have a CC heat gun here, do we, in the UK?
No.
We don't have a heat gun.
No.
I know it's only for, there's a US one that some of the guys have been able to get their hands on. We need to get you one shipped in, Debbie. We need to get you one with a special plug on.
I want one shipping in, definitely. I did say this to Leanne. I went, where is the English UK version? I want everything to match, all my tools to match. So yes, we need to have a word with you next time we see you.
Well, it sounds like you've had a word already.
I tried. I'm not sure how you know, if it went in or went out, I'm not really sure, but yeah, I'd love it if it could.
I'll nag her as well from this end.
Yeah, definitely. Now, shall I get started with the
Yes,
demo?
please.
So I'm going to show you how easy it is to use. So I've taken some watercolour cardstock because I'm going to be using my water reactive ink pads. I've cut it slightly bigger as well because I want to give myself a little bit of leeway with my stencils. So I've gone a little bit bigger than I normally would. Now, 3D embossing folder, it is one of your clear cutting plates with your folder and your material in there. And then it is not, can I just add, it is not your other cutting plate. It is your plastic shim and your magnetic shim that sit on the top of a 3D folder. Please do remember that, because if you try to force it in a 3D folder with your two cutting plates, a couple of things can happen. It can either shoot out the other end at like a cannonball, because it is the pressure of the machine. It could accept it, but it'll shoot it out the other end. And I've seen it happen with my own eyes in a class that I taught. Little girl, missed her head by that much. But it's true, because it
Like
just
extreme
was
crafting with Debbie, that could be the next show.
But the other thing is, it could break the embossing folder. It won't break the machine. I can promise you it won't break the machine, but it could, and it probably most likely will break your embossing folder. Now, can you see that level of embossing on white at the moment? Absolutely gorgeous. But this is when you are going to bring in, and I do love these are gorgeous. This is when you're going to bring your stencils. Now, there's two stencils. You can see, in fact, if I put that one there, you can see that's less decorative to what that one is. That's more decorative. So you're going to start with the less decorative first, and you're going to line it up. Now, if you look at your design here, you'll be able to see that let's get it the right way around, fits into that design. So you can see with the snowflake on the snowflake, this little triangular feature there, and then you know where you just line it up. Now, when you're lining up, Joe, you can use repositional spray, or you can pop some low-tack tape down to hold it into place. And that's why I have kept mine slightly bigger than I've not cut it to size by 5x7. Just want to make life a little bit easy for myself. And I'm going to hold it down at the top. Let's just grab a couple of spare bits. Let's just pop that down there.
What other things can we emboss, Debbie? I know we emboss a lot of cardstock, don't we, in the demonstrations in our shows here?
Yep.
What other things can we emboss?
Craft metal.
Okay.
Foam. Leather.
Nice.
That looked nice. What else could we? Any kind of
vellum,
cardstock.
or would vellum tear in a 3D embossing folder?
Vellum will emboss. It'll give it a white line detail, almost like you've done a bit of parchment onto vellum. So that's nice. You can emboss acetate.
Oh, that was going to be the next question.
Yeah, acetate looks beautiful. You can emboss patterned papers and then go over it with some ink. Ooh. That looks nice as well.
I bet the snowy acetate in the gnome collection would look nice with this embossing folder over it. Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like double snow. Snow squared, yes please.
Snow whaty?
Snow squared.
I thought you said snow sweat.
Snow squared.
Yes.
Snow squared.
It's all right. I was just wondering what you're doing then. Now, I've got a couple of ink pads here. This is my pale fig, and I've got crushed velvet here. Now, you can take your dauber straight in, dauber, or you can pop it. Oh, look, someone's making sure we don't pinch this one, the studio one.
Did you just get that one out of your tote?
No, I did not. No, I did not. Or you can pop it onto your glass mat, and you can pick it up this way as well. So I'm just going to go in straight in so that you can see how lovely already.
Got some water reactives on the show for you. It's a 10-pack, Debbie. You get Bordeaux, Chinese Red, Frosty Jade, Green Topaz, Oasis, Parakeet, Pale Fig, Sandstorm, Seal Brown and Smoked Emerald. You are getting the Seal Brown and the Smoked Emerald totally free of charge.
That is a gorgeous colour combination. Absolutely gorgeous colour combination, Joe. So I like that one. I think that's a really nice one.
Is there a benefit to putting it on the mat first rather than just putting your dauber straight in there?
You can get more onto your dauber when you use your craft mat as a palette.
Okay.
So you can pick it all up, whereas I would have to go in quite a few times. Right. So if you put it onto your glass mat, like that, you can squidge it all the way around, technical term, squidge it all the way around, pick it up, and then go straight over. Okay. Perfect. And you see, you can pick up more onto your ink pad.
It always looks so much paler on the mat than it does when it hits the card, doesn't it?
Yeah. If I was to get that effect, I'd have to keep dabbing it in, dabbing it on, dabbing it in, dabbing it on. So that's why you'll see, oh gosh, but watch what you're doing, Debbie. See a few of us, pop it onto there, and then pick up, and then just give it a little coverage.
Fabulous.
Now I think I've got all my little areas covered, because I can see my little pieces there.
I love the little love hearts in that one
Aren't they
snowflake.
lovely? Yeah,
really
they're really
cute.
lovely. So that's my pale fig done with, so I'll move that out of the way for a second. I'm going to lift this off now. So when you take that off, you can see already looking lovely. Really, really looking nicely. So what I'm going to do now, Joe, is I am going to bring in, for washing stencils, either wipe it with a damp cloth or hot soapy water and let it dry naturally, okay? Now the next one we're going to pop on, and again, you'll need to look at your pattern on your embossed detail to see where this would fit. Now when I go over, I know that this, you'll work it out, Joe, I promise you'll work it out, but you just simply fit it over the embossed detail. So I'm going to make sure I've got all those areas covered, and you just simply line it across, okay? So all I'm doing, I can hear some giggling going on.
Oh, they're having a right giggle in there.
What are they having a giggle
gallery?
over?
Because Erin said, she's like, oh, after this demo, I'd love you to remind them, Joe, of X item. I don't know where it is though. I think it might be underneath. I think it might be on the shelf over there. Do you know where it was, Debbie?
Missing?
Do you know where it is?
Where is it?
Right here. Right here in front of me. We're
Right
looking
beside
everywhere.
of you.
It was like a wild goose chase, Debbie,
Oh,
back
bless
here.
your
But we
little
found
heart.
it. Fear not, we've found it. Don't worry, call off the search party.
So I'm just going to hold that down again, and then I'm going to go in with the ink dab, and this time I'm using my beautiful crushed velvet. I love crushed velvet. I think it's gorgeous. And again, all you're going to do is make sure, and if you've lined it up properly, you'll not go wrong. But can I tell you something else? Do you know stencils? You could use these stencils out of your embossing folders. Don't even use your embossing folders, use your stencils as well. But do you know what else you can pop through the stencils, Joe? Things like textured pastes, glitter pastes. You could put all those kind of things through. I can hear you a lot giggling, honestly, to goodness me. But you can put all those kind of mediums through to create something really, really super effective. And that's what some of the design team have done. Now, if I just lift that off for a second, when I take that off, look how beautiful that is looking. It really does give a little bit, and I'm just going to take my tape off and throw this away now, because all I'm going to do now is trim this down. So when I just take that off, I will trim it down, but I intend to do any colouring at all. It's honestly, it's lovely. It's just a gorgeous way, and it picks up all the details. So you've not you see the embossing? You've not a lot of the embossing detail, but what you've done is highlighted all the areas to do the colouring. Now, all I've done with this one, Joe, is I have trimmed this down. So when you trim it down, and I'll just bring in my trimmed one, cut it down to its size, and all I did then was take one of the colours, and then I've just gone back round it to soften it, and I'll show you, because I've already done it, but it don't matter doing a little bit more. And it just softens it a little bit more. I just think it's a really nice, lovely, I mean, these colours are beautiful anyway, but just think of all the other colours. And I've gone with non-traditional kind of Christmassy colours.
I bet your Midas would look lovely on those snowflakes.
Oh, gosh,
your Midas
yes.
metallic ink pads.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just going to stick that onto some textured cardstock. Gosh, my low-tack tape's got everywhere. And I'm just going to stick that onto here. So let's bring in me all-purpose.
Judy Lynn says, I would love to sign up for extreme crafting with Debbie. There you are. Can you imagine? We could do decoupage on zip wires or something like that. You know, zip lines. We could go whitewater rafting whilst, I don't know, doing some fussy cutting or something. Can you imagine? It'd be so much fun. Oh yeah, and scissors and rafting apparently. You'd end up popping your dinghy. You don't want that. The last thing you want whilst you're in a whitewater rapid.
Oh dear, what you like. I'm just going to add a little bit of ribbon around my design as well. So let me just bring in some of this gorgeous purple ribbon. I'll pop a little bit running through there. Bit of extreme crafting, popping things as well. Hey, I popped. Do you know what I went to go and say with my daughter at Bristol? I popped a bed. Do you know what? I popped, the inflatable.
How did you pop an inflatable bed?
Well, I weren't feeling particularly well that night. So I was doing a lot of tossing and turning. And I went on floor as well, because it was inflatable in to the floor. I actually think, though, it was a bird that come in at middle of the night, because I opened up the windows, because she lives in a high-rise flat. Let me just explain this story first. 6 floors up in the flat, in this apartment. And I had the windows wide open, because I was boiling. You know me, I get really hot. That's why I've always got a fan on. Get really, really hot. And I had it open. And I heard a little right at middle at night, because I went up and down trying to get to the toilet. Have you tried to get one of them things as well? Roll yourself off, try and climb up. I went up floor, Joe, we're having the right difficulty, because at my age, trying to get up off a floor, bit of trouble there. But she blamed me. She said I popped it in the middle of the night, but I have a feeling there was a bird that came in and popped it while I was asleep. It came in and popped it.
Let me just get this right. You think a bird flew into the apartment in the middle of the night, tappy up to the bed, pecked it and popped it and then flew out again?
Yes, I do. I do believe that.
What about the bedding was over it, surely?
Well, no, because I do sleep au naturel. Just so little egg pop right. But I do sleep au naturel, and I was so warm I just slept on top and kicked up blankets off, so it could easily have been the bird. That's all I'm saying. I don't think I popped it for a minute.
Oh, that is my favourite Debbie story I've heard in a long time.
Cheryl says, forgiven me because they're going camping this weekend.
They've got no
bed
now. They want to watch out for the birds if they're getting some new ones. You tell them. Cheryl says, I love your strange mood today, Joe. It's not just me that's in a strange mood today. I think it is absolutely everyone.
You started it, Joe. You started it. Right, so I've done a little bit of matting and layering. I've got myself a little bit of a card blanket, and I've gone for a little bit of a different fold, tent fold on there, right? I've put a little bit of ribbon round, and now I've got myself a little bow, Joe. But do you remember the, was it 'Twas the Night Before Christmas? What's all this giggling going off for again? I ain't said out funny,
you said you've got a little bow, Joe.
Have I got a little bow,
Joe? Hand face space.
Right, so I'm going to get my 3D cloud glue. Oh, there's no hope for you and Sarah later. I'm going to just now pop on. Now, I would normally use a hot glue gun, but I forgot to put my hot glue gun on at the beginning of the show. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pop this in and hope to goodness it doesn't flop everywhere. But it will dry. In fact, I'll show you my dried one in a minute. But look, got myself a little bell. Little bit of a sprigs here for as well. So let's. In fact, I better put more of that down, and then pop. Yeah, I should have used my hot glue gun for this, Joe, but I'm going to put it all across there because I'm going to put my little bow just over. I'm going to stick a few more bits round back. Let's shove some of them down there. Oops, hang on a minute. There we go. I want my bell on it.
Are these from the 'Twas the Night? These
Oh,
lovely.
Yeah, I fell in love with that collection. So, again, I'm just going to stick that in there. Pop that on. I mean, look, it's coming together really lovely.
Gorgeous,
just needs a little sentiment, Joe. So get yourself a little sentiment in the background there and pop that. And I'm just going to hold it up and up to goodness that my bells don't drop off or my ball bits don't drop off. But there you go. Look how beautiful that looks.
It looks a lot like your bow that you coloured earlier, to be fair.
Yes, I have had a bit of a purple theme going off, haven't I, this afternoon?
You have.
But yes.
You have indeed. It's really beautiful, Debbie. One of so many things you can do. Pam says that's what I'm doing, Debbie, making backgrounds with Harmony ink pads, clear glittering. I've got sparkly fingers right now. Evelyn says, Debbie, you crack me up. That's what she says, indeed. Anyway, I've got a lot of questions about the airbed, but I think we just best move on. I'm worried about you sleeping on an airbed with no, bottom sheet on it. It's very sticky.
I had a sheet. Let me just get this clear. I had a nice fluffy. I like a bit of fluff underneath me. As in soft. I'm going to have to explain myself because this doesn't sound right. Do you like a soft velour? I don't like normal sheets. I like soft velour sheets.
It's scratchy, the normal one.
Yeah, so I like something soft underneath me. So it was a nice soft velour blanket underneath. I think I'm just... Right, tell you what, move on, Joe, move on. I
did say maybe I should just move on. I wouldn't want to meet the bird that has a beak sharp enough to pierce an airbed. Was it a velociraptor? Maybe it was your hidden pokey tool that did it. Stephanie Alden. There's a lot of laughter going off in the comments. Debbie, you are a legend. Right. Let me go back through what you're getting in here then. So you've got the snowflake medley. Remember that great 3D embossing folder, and then the 2 stencils as well, which are going to allow you to create something fabulous. The delicate decorations. Then you've also got in here your over the rooftops. You've got the bells in there too, which are the jingle bells. Then you've also got the candle, which is your festive candle. And of course that amazing poinsettia in there as well. Great saving for all of you, $14.94 or $17.70. All of you, of course, getting some sort of club-inspired discount and all getting, remember, that extra 5% too up until the end of tomorrow. So make sure you grab these. Now, I need to remind you, you know we couldn't find the creator card scenes earlier, Debbie, and they were just here. Do you want me to go one better? Then I couldn't find the boards for them anywhere. Do you know where the boards were? Just here. Right behind them. One of those days, it really is. Let's go through these. Now, these are beautiful. What I love about them is they're a creator card and they're an edgeable. So they're two things that you're already using, you're already going to love. Two things that are really easy to use. But then I love you've got a bit of like double dimension in here. I love the fact that the wings here in this angel then are able to be manipulated. Again, a great one to stencil through. Do you know what they give you, Debbie, as well?
What do they give
Lots
you?
of opportunity to craft as well, make those backgrounds. So you've got the first two there with the elegant angel and the traditional Christmas tree. This is your Mary and Joseph. Then you've got this one here. Now this is your town of Bethlehem. You've also got the snowmen. Now, is it me or do these snowmen look like they're being a bit mischievous?
They look
I think they are up to
mischievous.
something. I really, really do. So they're your joyful snowmen. And you've also got your reindeer in here, which is part of the reindeer forest. $67.99 or $79.95 if you want to grab those. And I know you did something gorgeous with these. I was watching from out the back when you were creating. No, actually, do you know where I was watching this?
Where
I was at home watching you create this earlier. I just flicked on earlier just to make sure you're behaving yourself. And yeah, I saw you creating this. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I just love it. Honestly, these are just fabulous. All of those designs are really cute. And again, it's that, and I know I must sound like a broken record when I say it, but a die that offers you, or some stamp sets that offer you something with versatility, different ways that you can use it, is right up my street and a big tick for whenever I want to purchase something. So these are absolutely the ones for you. And I do love the designs, but the Christmas angel, I just love her. I think she is absolutely beautiful. And I did use this, and I kept it really simple, so cream and gold with a hint of red there in the background. And all I did with the wings, Joe, was I literally just inked them with a bit of gilding wax. I used gilding wax to do that.
Really
so
lovely.
honestly, these are really beautiful. But again, some lovely ways that you can use them. And the lovely thing about this one as well is that they've got this lift-off element. So yes, so if you want to see how I made this quick and easy card, then tune in again. You can watch the catch-up on the 3 p.m. show with myself and George.
Yes, absolutely. Pop yourself back to the earlier show if you want to see how Debbie put that together. We're going to move on now to these. Now, I love these. These are the Christmas large word edgeable dies. 6 of them in here. These were the 6 we launched as well, so you're not missed out on any yet. What's brilliant about them is that you get so much detail in them and the sentiment itself too. So they're like a bit of a one-pass wonder because that's it done. What I also like about these is the more you look at them, the more detail you see. So of course you've got your Christmas tree, the snowflakes in here. You've got your little house in the background. We really have packed as much detail into each and every one of these as possible. You've got the season's greetings there. I love the little bow detailing that you've got there. This one is your Silent Night. It's like a tropical Arabian Christmas, that one, which is beautiful. Then you've got your Peace on Earth. You will also receive Warm Winter Wishes. I don't know what it is about the font on these, but it's really, really playful. This would look beautiful, paper piece back in, should you want to do that. And then you finally got Happy Holidays there as well. $64.95 or $74.75. Is your price on these ones just here. Social apparently has dissolved into just laughing face emojis, apparently, Debbie, nothing else. Jean says Crafts Companion are the greatest when it comes to creator cards. I think when it comes to certainly, creator cards and the amount of detail that we're able to put in there, I think that really is testament to all the designers that work with Leanne and come up with these. And of course, when we've got great die cutting machines like the Gemini, it means that they're going to cut through these detailed dies without any issue whatsoever. Any questions that you've got, get them into me. I'll pop them across to Debbie on your behalf. Crafters TV if you're across on Facebook. Crafters Companion if you're over, of course, on YouTube. And I will do my best to get them answered for you. Don't forget as well, there is a HSN preview coming up a little later. I believe that will be over on the Crafters Companion USA page. And that will be at 4 p.m. East Coast time. And then don't forget though, tomorrow it's Sunday all day here on Crafters TV. So that means Softer Side, myself and Bernie will be here at midday. That'll be 7 a.m. for you East Coasters, 4 a.m. for West Coasters. Then we've got a craft along That will be coming up, of course, at 5 p.m. UK time. 5 p.m? 3 p.m. UK time, which is 10 a.m. East Coast time, 7 a.m. West Coast time. And then, of course, we'll be wrapping up the weekend in style, Debbie, won't we? With Second Chance Sunday tomorrow too. A great opportunity to look back at some of the awesome deals that you've seen over the last couple of weeks. 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 11 a.m. on the West Coast. Always a lot of numbers in there. Right, Debbie, what's next?
So I'm going to show you a few samples before I kick into the demonstration, because I want to show you how fabulous these sentiment edgeable dies are. And they really, really are. Joe, oh, look at these. They're just glorious. Because they have got that edgeable factor weight, the bottom part stays connected into the cardstock, the top part cuts out, and it does mean that you can have them wherever you want them on your cards. What about marrying them up with other collections that you've got? So this Silent Night, the Holy Night, is from that Christmas collection we did last year from the Nature's Garden. Do you remember that one?
Nativity.
Thank you. I couldn't remember it, so I was
Sorry, I
hoping
had
you
a
did.
mouthful of tea.
No, it's quite all right. Tea? Tea? Who's getting your tea?
Oh, it was from the. It's got a bit cold now. It's from earlier.
I'll let you off
But I
then.
put it in a really big, massive bucket mug, and then that way it keeps it nice and warm, Debbie.
Oh, yeah. I never thought of that, Joe. I never thought of that. Now, this one we've put over the edge of the card just by cleverly using this cardstock and then popping it onto the top using some of those gorgeous little foxes there. Aren't they beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. And I just want to show you a few others. Look at that. I love that. Whoever's done that one, that is so cute. And again, really, really beautiful. Lots and lots of ways you can use them. Love this one, because I think it's really striking against that gold. Oh, look. Because you can be doing it with lots of different ways.
Has that got a bit of a drop shadow on that one?
Bit of a drop shadow as well, yeah, absolutely. A nice little bit of a drop shadow going off there. But what I want to show you is how easy they are to use. Now, each one of your dies will come like this. Let me just grab my poker tool so I can show you. So what you've got here, oh, I didn't clean it. I didn't clean it. What am I like? When I was doing my prep. You've got right at the very bottom, no die cutting edge, which means this is the bit that stays connected into the cardstock. Where it starts, like with any of our edgeables, I mean, these are probably one of the largest edgeables we've ever done because they're really quite big ones, but it starts here, the cutting line, all the way along the top, right to the very end, and then stops. Because that bit, like I said, cuts in. But what you've got here is a bit of a twofer as well, because this cuts out too, so you can use this for paper piecing, if you like the idea of doing a bit of paper piecing. So
quite a simple 1-2 paper piece. I bet that
it is
one
indeed, Joe. It is
some of them are a bit
indeed.
intricate. I bet. I mean, can be a labour of love. I'm sure they look beautiful, some of them, but can take a while, can't they?
Yeah, they can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it into place. Now, taken some Centura Pearl cardstock and scored it in half to give myself. I've gone quite big with this one. This is a. Let me just see if I can remember if it was a 6x6 or so. Yeah, well, a 7x7. This one. Gone quite big because I just want you to understand how big these dies actually are. And I am going to use it as an edgeable, but cutting through the middle of my cardstock. So again, I need some low tack tape. Let me just grab hold of my low tack tape there for a second and hold that down.
Will these go through our junior, these, Debbie?
Yes, they will go through your junior. I suppose, again, it depends on the size of the card and the project that you're working on. But I will show you, because I'm going to use, although I'm using my larger one, I can get that through. Let's see if I can get it through. Maybe widthways, it's just slightly, might be pushing it there, Joe. If you were using it that way, absolutely, totally fine. But I am using my large Gemini with my Gemini Junior plates there. So I'm going to switch my plates up for a second, Joe. I'm going to bring in my large ones because I don't want to ruin my design. I've done that once or twice before live on air. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to bring in my large platform, clear that off. And pop that down. But yes, it will fit through your junior, but I suppose it depends on the size of the card that you're doing. And I am doing a 7x7, just quite couldn't get that to fit onto there. So, but the die itself absolutely will. So whoever asked that question, was that you, Joe, who asked that question?
No, yeah, it was me.
Well,
I was looking for who asked it. I was like, no, it was me.
Yep, yeah, it was you. Yeah, no, it's a good question to ask because it's nice to know these things. But the size of the dies, this particular one is a 5.8 by 3.6. So yes, you'll know that that will go through. But I suppose, again, like I said, it all depends on the project that you are doing. Now, when I lift this off, and I'm going to
see how well that's cut, Debbie.
Oh, they cut beautifully. And this is Centura Pearl, which is, again, another coated cardstock. Let's just take that off. And then, oops, no, you're going to go that way, Debbie. Oh, no, you're not. Take your time, take your time. Got loads of time. Hey,
Do you talk to yourself when you're at home in the craft room?
Oh, all the time. All the time. We had this conversation with George earlier. I'm always talking to myself. Always. But I'm in my own best company, aren't I? So there we go. Now, when I take this... Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I do love these. Every time I use them, I think, oh, they're such easy to work with as well. But it's that design. It's like you said as well. It's got a bit of quirkiness to it, which I just think is lush. I'm going to use that word with you, Joe, because I can get away with it.
I think it's got quite a classic Christmas feel to the font as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you've got all these words. So in here, there's still the word in there. So I could be using that. And if I was going to cut it into another colour, I could take those bits out and pop them into there to create a bit of paper piecing.
Perfect.
So yeah, lovely. Another lovely idea. Was Sarah the one that launched these? I've been asking producer Erin all sorts.
I think Sarah launched these, yes. I have a feeling that I think I might have launched these with Leanne.
Was it Leanne?
It was Leanne, I believe, off the top of my head. I could be wrong.
I think sometimes you remember the launch if you've done it.
Yeah,
with
I think
someone.
I did it with Leanne.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all my little pieces out. Now, at the minute, it's still in the cardstock because I haven't snipped it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my scissors, and where that edge starts, I'm going to cut to. So where I can see my little cut line, and I'll show you in a minute when I've just snipped to it. That's the little bit that cuts out.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to go down the side, but I'm going to come up to the next cut line. So when you're doing this, just take a bit of time doing it, and I'm going to hold this out. Craft knife would normally work with this. This is a good one to do with your craft knife, but I think I'm all right doing it with by eye, as I always say, by eye. That lovely Yorkshire term. Let's just pop that in. And that then releases the cardstock. So now you can see, and I'm just going to neaten that up a little bit, Joe, because I'll not be happy while I've got a bit of a wonky fold going off. Let's just grab that.
Don't want a wonky fold, Debbie.
Don't want a wonky fold, no. But now what we've got is that lovely edgeable factor running through the centre of the card there.
Apparently it was Sarah on the 21st of July.
Oh, was it? See, I was right. I was right, Joe. Oh,
Might not be, but I'm pretty sure it was.
You're not sure what?
I think it was. That's not me that said that. That is our social media superstar, Rachel, who said that she thinks it was Sarah on the 21st of July. There we are. Susan's got a question for you. She says, I would like to make the glow light boxes with 4 different edgeable dies. Are these all the same width?
Oh, so let's have a little peek. Let me get the rest of my dies. Oops, wrong box, Debbie, wrong box. Let's get this. In the answer to your question, they're all exactly the same size, 5 by 8 by 3.6. So
excellent.
Yes, absolutely.
So perfect for things like boxes as well. How awesome.
What a lovely idea that is.
Patricia likes the swirliness of the
I
font.
like the swirliness as well. It's really lovely. It's a beautiful font. It really is. So I'm going to just give that a coating of...
Oh, Debbie, what are you like?
Oh, no. So I'm just going to pop my coat and hope I can get away with it. I thought I'd used on this one.
You just thought you'd do it. You thought you'd mix it up and just do the top bit first.
Do you know? Yes, I did, Joe. I thought, yeah, that's exactly it. No, do you know what I actually thought? I actually thought this were a double-sided one from It Was the Night Before Christmas. Epic fail, epic fail.
Oh, well, you styled it out, Debbie, wouldn't you?
I've styled that out pretty well. And do you know why? Because I use this beauty. This bad boy here. Oh, get rid of all of that lovely gubbins. Is that the right word? I'm trying to think of this cleanly.
Are you trying to not say...
I'm trying not to say something...
Glue bogies, yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm trying not to say, thank you very much. So I haven't said it, you said it. Yeah, but it rubs off, because it's that rubber and element to it. So you just give it a little rub and look, no.
Off it goes, no
epic fail whatsoever now. Oh, I do feel pleased with myself. So good job I used this one.
Susan says, woohoo, thank you, Debbie, talking about making boxes with them. So.
Yeah, quite a great. Do you know, honestly, that's a fabulous idea. It really is. Right, so I've used. Actually, I think this was from my. Is this from my vintage Christmas paper pad?
I believe it is from last year's.
It could be from my vintage one.
Christmas, yes.
Yeah, but this. I mean, honestly, you know what Christmas colours you've got in yours. Now, at the minute, that looks really nice, but I want to make it pop a little bit. So I actually ran through with the same red. I ran it through my die again. and brought it out so it creates this. So that's exactly what I've done. And all that done is just sits onto the top. Now, you could have a little bit of a drop shadow, that looks really nice, or you could literally pop it over the top, and actually I'm not sure which one I like now. Might go a bit rogue. Yeah, I think I will. Right, so dotty tape pen over all the filigree design. Let's just make sure it's, yep, there we go. I'm going to catch all those bits as well. So yes, drop shadow, layer onto the top, bit of paper piecing. I think really, it's your choice. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wrap a bit of ribbon. I wonder if that'll fit. Let's wrap a little bit of ribbon round back before I actually pop it on. A little bit just down there. And then we're going to just, again, breaks up that redness a little bit. Let me just pop that round the back. I think I've been a bit frugal with me ribbon here, Joe. Let's see if I can get that on there. And then a little bit just onto that bit. Wrap that around. And then I'm going to stick that over, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a drop shadow. Let's just move it down.
I think it looks cute with a bit of white popping out there.
Yeah, just quite like that little idea of a little bit of the white. So just pop that down, and then I'm going to finish that with a ribbon. And I think maybe a couple of gems as well. Let's pop a couple of little gems on here. I do like adding a little extra, those are little extra details, Joe. Sometimes just give it a nice little finish. And I am a little bit of a jewel freak. I do like a little bit of jewels and gems just to give it a little bit of an extra detail.
Little bit of extra je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. That's a nice name, isn't it? I'm going to go with my snowflakes with these, though. Let's pop that one on my snowflake. Where can I go with this one? Snowflakes. Oh, do you know what? I'm happy with that. Oh, actually, I put some going up in that top corner, and then it breaks up that bottom corner as well. So lastly, last two bits in there, and then just finish that off with a ribbon in the middle, just to break up that ribbon as well. Oh, I forgot I put one on there. Actually, did I put one on there? I must have done without realising. There we go, Joe. So you have got now this lovely edgeable that goes through the centre of the card, that little bit of a drop shadow there.
Beautiful card.
And again, just match it up with some of your papers, but just showing it again. Really nice, quick cards, that just say what it needs to say, because the sentiment is all there with that beautiful edgeable design. So yeah, absolutely love them.
Really gorgeous, and just I remember one of so many concepts you're going to be able to do, because they are an edgeable. You can do all of the different edgeable concepts that you already know and love. Let me take you through the different sentiments that you've got in here then. So you've got Merry Christmas, you've also got Season's Greetings, Silent Night, Peace on Earth, then you've got your Warm Winter Wishes, and of course Happy Holidays. $64.95 or $74.75 if you want to get your hands on those. Make sure you use your Club Inspired discount on top of there as well. Right, we are going to go into the world of the gnomes. I'm going to remind you, I know Debbie did a full demonstration on this again earlier, so if you want to see that, absolutely you can go back and have a little look at that one there. Let me take you through what you're going to get in this particular collection. It was so incredibly popular when we launched this. So you've got your gnome snow scene. You've also got your gnome child as well. Brilliant stamps and dies in here, but then you've also got the stencil there, which is going to allow you to add even more detail. But then you've got your kissing gate, which is this one just here. And again, use that one with the gnome collection, use that one away from the gnomes if you wish. This one here is your gnome village, which is awesome. A cute little toadstool right there for you. Then you've got some stamps here as well. This is your gnome home. I love these. You're going to have so much fun colouring them in. I think they look adorable. Then we're going to move into the paper elements that you're getting in here as well. So let's start off with this. Now this is your vellums and your acetates. I think I got these organised yesterday. There we go. Let me pop these out of here for you. So what you're going to get is, oh, I've got my acetate stuck. There we go. So you're going to receive your acetates. You're going to get it in the Snow Flurry, which is that one there. And then you're going to get it in the Snowflakes. And then what you're going to get is your Snow Flurry. This is kind of like white heat embossed. And you're also going to get it as well in the, let me just find it for you, also there as well in the Snowflakes. So how cute is that? 12 sheets there in total for you across those 4 different designs. Then you're also going to receive as well the paper pad. So really awesome. Love that those backgrounds match in with the acetates and the vellums that you've got there. Then you've got your florals in here, really lovely sort of uplifting colour palette, quite pastely pinks and blues all the way through here. Some sentiment based ones. You've also got some frames in here which are cool as well. I'll show you those in just a second. But again, real nice pops of red and greens. You've got trees and banners and borders and all sorts of beautiful bits in there. So that's your paper pad. And then you've also got the luxury cardstock in here as well. Now my one is, I'm just going to show you the colours here, but you can see you've got your beautiful blue, you've then got that wonderful purple in there, you've got the red and that gorgeous green in there as well. So if you want to go for it all together, £60, $80. If you did just want to go for the consumable elements, so the paper pad, the acetates and vellums and the luxury cardstock, they're also available on their own individually as well. Very busy on those as well as on that main collection. What I would say as well, if you've been thinking about the larger collection, if you've been thinking about it, thinking, shall I, more elements of that are going to sell out. I mean, I highly doubt we're going to reorder that now. So if you wanted a collection of the gnomes, I would say this is going to be the biggest collection you're going to get, because as elements do sell out, that collection will get smaller and smaller. So if you've thought about it, I would definitely say it's time to make your mind up. I'm going to give you all an opportunity to check out again. So whilst you do that, here's how to watch.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
All the details there of how to watch and also Club Inspire. Now we're going to move on to something else that I know you're going to love, which is the scenes of light. They create the most adorable scenes here. Let me just show you a couple of the ones that we've got just here. Look at those. I mean, they are mantelpiece pleasers, aren't they, Debbie? If you ever see them. Let me run through the dies that you're getting in here. They look quite elaborate, but I mean, they're quite quick to go together. Let me share them with you then. So you're going to receive in here the Nativity of Light, which is this first one here. That real iconic nativity scene. Again, use them in the scenes of light way, or what you can do of course is build them up in a different way if you wish. You do get the sentiments in there as well. Then you've got here, this is your rooftops of lights. You're going to be able to create that amazing Santa and the reindeers swooshing along the rooftops there. Then you've got your wise men of light within there too. This one here, this is your village of light. And you're going to get the fairies of light in there also. $54.37 or $63.84 for Platinum members. Of course, you're going to get a bit of an extra saving on top of that because everyone that's an existing Club Inspire member will be getting an extra 5% off between now and the end of tomorrow, which is absolutely awesome. Lots of you got these when they launched. They were very, very popular and they continue to be popular now as well. Debbie, they look amazing, these, and they look quite elaborate, don't they? But how easy are they to put together?
Very, very easy to put together. And the fact that these, again, I know I say it a lot, but I'm going to say it again, how versatile they really are, because yes, they've been created to create these beautiful scenes and where you can introduce the world of LED lights to your projects as well. So if you love your light up boxes or your light up cards, you can bring in LED lights to really make these pop. That's what they were designed with originally in mind. But the versatile dies, because it's like a little bit of an hybrid collection, this, because in here you've got what we call edibles, but also a creator card as well. So it's like a mix and match of the two things that we do so well at Crafters Companion, all in one die set. And it does mean they're very versatile. It means that you can use them in different ways. I did get some samples out, Joe, because there was one sample that I wanted to show you how it was used completely different to how you've just shown you. Look at this. How lovely does that look? It's really lovely. And that's just showing you again that versatile way that you can use them. And again, imagine having a bottom and a top on there with some lights in, or a little tea light in there with a vellum, how really gorgeous that would look. Absolutely beautiful. So there's lots of ways that you can use them and use them effectively, but they are all really easy to use. So with that in mind, let's get cracking. And I'm going to bring in my card bits and bobs here that I've got. So how I do mine when I'm doing it into the traditional way of using them is I create myself 2 pieces of cardstock. Now, there is a little instruction sheet in the packet that gives you a little indication of how you can use them, and it even gives you step-by-step instruction and measurement should you want to follow it in the way that it was intended to be used, and a lovely start to finish project in there. And that comes in your packaging, and of course you always get a little bit of inspiration on the front there. But how I've started is a couple of pieces of black cardstock, same size. So when I'm creating this, the same size 2 pieces. One has got a score line down the centre, which then creates my outside fold. And then this one, I've done it exactly the same again, where I've got one in the centre, Joe. So it's got one in the centre, but what it's also got is 2 in the middle as well. And this is where you're going to create these lovely, lovely scenes. And this is when you're going to bring these in, and you can really play about with them. You've got the lovely skyline in the background, and we'll come to that in a moment. But I'm going to concentrate first is on the creator card element, which is where you've got your lovely archway, and then you've got 2 lovely scenes that you can now create, and we'll come back to these in a moment, where you can create your scenes, and that's what I love about them, and it creates the aperture part to it. So there's a couple of ways you can use these. You can pop on your decorative element and then place that on the top. And the lovely thing about this is that you can use this in a multiple way. So you could use it a couple of times just on the side, just like this, and then you can interchange it with the other one as well. So I'm going to show you how I do mine. I actually place mine on where I want it to be. I'm going to low tack tape it down, and I like to do mine in stages. But if you feel comfortable doing it all in one go, then by all means do it all in one. But I'm going to do mine separate, and I've got plenty of time, so I can show you what I mean in how I do it in those stages. I'm centralising it in the middle of that panel, so this middle panel here, centralised into there. So I'm going to hold that down, and then I'm going to run that through into my machine. There we go. And then pop it on and place it on. And I'm glad I've got a little bit extra time to do this demo. I don't think we've got, well, I didn't have any more planned. Oh. I've nearly done them all, Joe. Get me. You're a demo
I've been whipping
through them today. I really have.
You really are whizzing through them. I have a feeling you might win Demo of the Day today, you know, Debbie.
Yes, because the Sarah one, I'm going to win, aren't I? Because Sarah can't enter this one.
No, she can't enter
this one. That's okay. Dear, I have seen her. She's in the building.
She's here. She's in the building.
She's in the building.
Has landed.
Looking very
she will be here.
glamorous.
She's looking super glamorous.
She is indeed.
Myself and Sarah will be up with you for that H&M preview on... will it be here on Crafters TV? I think it'll be over on Crafters Companion USA, won't it? That's where you can join us. If you're on YouTube, it'll be on the Crafters Companion YouTube page, of course, as well. It's in an hour and 20 minutes time is when you'll need to join us for that. Very exciting, having a look at everything that's coming up on Craft Day over on H&M.
It is exciting. I've seen some lovely things outside, so yeah, you're in for a treat. Now, I've popped my archway over the top, and then this is how I like to do mine, in stages. Like I said, you can speed things up by popping both the dice together at the same time, and I'll do that with the second one to show you what I mean, because I'm just showing you the ways that you can use them. But honestly, these are so cleverly designed by Leanne and the team. I just think they're fabulous. Right, let me just lift off my low tack tape, and I'm leaving a little bit behind on the card, but not to worry. And now what that does is when I take that off, and I'm going to take it off carefully, it creates that lovely, straight away you can see that beautiful scene, apart from a little bit of low tack tape. I'll get that off in a minute. And then I'm going to move over to the other panel there as well. So that's when I'm going to bring in the other design, and literally I'm going to do this together this time. So you're going to pop both on. Now you can see here as well, you could use these to create scenes, because this has got that edgeable factor where it starts here and runs all the way along the top and then stops. So if you wanted to create a little bit of a design with using these two pieces, you could have a long strip of card, pop them side by side, and have a little scene going off in the background as well.
Nice.
So there's lots of different ways that you can use them, and that's what I love about them.
Could you use them almost like in a, obviously it wouldn't be a tunnel, but like in a tunnel card sort of style, so you know, in multiple layers, and have them behind each other, Debbie?
Yep, absolutely. There's a lovely black and white concept that we did. I'm just trying to make sure I'm going in my lines there, Joe, before I get carried away, because I might go over the top there. These lights are so bright in here. But there's a lovely black and white concept that we did, which showed you all the different ways that you could use these dies. And honestly, it blew my mind. I remember launching these down at Create and Craft at the time, and I did myself a little set, and I managed to get to 6 different ways, but there was at least 20 more different ways that I could have used them, and possibly more.
Trousers.
But you know, it's just one of those things. Have a play. Get the dies and have a play with them. Use them how they were intended to create this beautiful scene, but then have a little dabble at what else you can create with them, because I swear, you'll love them.
It will be on Crafters Companion US and YouTube if you want to watch the H&M preview in an hour and 20 minutes time. Just have confirmation.
That's fabulous. Now there we go. I'm just pulling those pieces off. I've got my 2 scenes created there with my apertures. What, love?
You've got a little picket fence in there.
I know. They're so, honestly, they're such a lovely design. Oh, what am I doing with my plate? Pop that back there. It's such a lovely design. Now, I've already got my score line popped in here, but you can, because obviously when you run these through your die cutting machine, they can kind of flatten out the score lines that you've already put in. So you can go back in with your scoring tool and your scoreboard, and you can go back in and reinforce that line. Just make sure that you've got on the right line and you're not going a bit skew whiff. But that means you can literally reinforce those lines. Just go over there like so.
Erin thinks you could use this for Halloween, this die.
For Halloween? Oh, explain, producer Erin. Yes, it does. Got that haunted house kind of feeling. Yeah, add a few little pumpkins and things like. Oh, yeah, quite like that. Hey, that's a good idea, producer Erin. Yeah, absolutely, a cracking idea. So I'm just going to now just fold this and manipulate it into its score line. So I'm just going to give it a little bend over with me fingers. And then I'm manipulating that back into that lovely pop-out feature. So let's just give that a little score and get my scoring tool and pop that back in. I'm so sorry, I'm going to have to blow my nose in a minute because my nose is getting...
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting a bit snotty, Debbie.
I
have you got some tissue over there?
I can feel it going,
oh,
so I'm going to have to get me tissue. I've done well. I have done well. It's like the do you know one of those things that never wants to leave you? It's one of those things, just don't go.
You're cold?
This cold, yeah. I feel like I've had it for
summer
weeks
colds
on
are the
end.
worst. How can summer colds be worse than winter colds?
That's what I always say, but
so
they can
annoying,
get you.
Aren't they? They do indeed.
They can sneak up and get you unaware.
But it's definitely just close to cold, isn't it, Debbie?
It is, absolutely, yeah, I would,
She's
yeah.
good to go, is our Debbie. She's in tip-top form.
I am indeed, I am indeed. So I'm just making sure that I manipulate this into place. So it's just a case of taking your time with this little piece. But what you're doing is creating that lovely pop-out scene so that, I don't think you can see there. Let me just see if I can get a bit of white paper. Always difficult when you've got a bit of black. There you go.
Nice.
Woohoo! That's exactly what creates that, and that's going to be sitting in the centre. However, I need my card blank now, so I've got myself some panels. Let me just bring in my panels for a second, just so I can see. And I've gone quite deep and dark with this one, but really lovely. Now I've gone with a little bit of a. I used again.
Where's that from? Do you know?
So Enchanted Forest. A Christmas
Enchanted
collection from
Forest.
Sarah's, yeah. I found all sorts of paper pads.
That an old one?
Yes, exactly. Honestly, the things that you find when you do a clear out, let me tell you now, it's worth doing
What was the strangest thing you found?
The strangest thing.
In your craft room clear out?
Apart from dead spiders and everything else.
Oh,
gosh.
Debbie.
Oh, I know, don't.
Spiders.
Let me think. What was the... Because I found all sorts. I found some gems, hidden gems and things like that I'd forgot I'd got. The strangest thing. I'll have to remind myself on that one, Joe, because there were plenty. Let me tell you, plenty.
Do you know
of
what I was going
surprises.
to tell you earlier? Get you out of this spot there.
Go on then.
A man in Idaho, Debbie,
Yes.
broke the Guinness World Record by balancing 101 toilet rolls on his head.
I beg your pardon.
101 toilet rolls on his head.
Now,
That's a lot of toilet rolls, isn't it?
do you know that begs the question? Why?
Why not?
Why would you balance? I mean, I suppose there's worse things you could stick on top of your head. But yeah, why?
Don't know.
It's very
Something
strange.
to do.
But a world record.
World record. Man in Idaho. There you are. Top fact for you today.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. There's some crazy people out there, isn't there? Now, that's going to be the centre part, and that's going to be the middle pop-out part. However, still needs something else, Joe, and that is when we're going to bring in these lovely pieces here, because these are utterly beautiful. Now, I've got my panels already.
No wonder we couldn't get any toilet roll, Debbie. This man in Idaho had it all on his head.
I love that. Oh, that's so funny.
Susie T says, are you ready for HSN, Joe? I am ready. I'm like a coiled spring, Susie T.
Yeah,
She says, do you need
excited,
a
aren't
quick
you,
power
Joe?
nap? I don't think so. I'm all right. Maybe a quick bite to eat, a little bit of pep talk, and I'll be good to go.
Oh, I know you're excited. Now, I'm going to use this lovely skyline feature. There's also that lovely Father Christmas there on his reindeer, on his sledge. But I'm going to use this one because, again, this is another edgeable one piece here that you can use, and you can create this a few times. So I'm going to use it on a bigger piece of cardstock, but I'm going to trim it down in a second. I'm going to go for a bit of a deep drop here. Low-tack tape keeps escaping me today. Let me just see if I can grab hold of another couple of pieces. Normally I save it, Joe. I don't know what I've been doing with it. Right, so let's pop that on, and I'm just going to place that on, run that through my Gemini, and then again you'll this is how you build up those scenes and create that lovely background imagery, and it really is absolutely fabulous concept. Whoever came up with this one, they did good with this one. And especially when you do introduce those lovely LED lights to your projects, the difference that it makes is just absolutely fabulous. And look, you can see that's created that lovely background scene. And when you chop it down, Joe, this is how they'll look. And I've done a couple of them. So when I say a couple, I tell a fib. I've done loads of them because I wanted little scenes to go down the side panels, but I am
snipping
going
into
to...
them. They look really different.
They do when you chop them
They
up.
look really different when you snip into them.
Yeah,
don't they?
and that's all it is. It's just been snipped up. And let me just see if I can get it the right way around, because it was that way. That was it. There it is, and just snipped into it and separated it. But I'm going to just give it a little bit of a highlight with some silver, and I'm just going to drop this a little bit of white cardstock behind the back of what I used earlier with my wings, because I'm just going to lift this slightly with a bit of silver gilding wax and just literally run over the top so it looks like the moonlight's dropping on the top of it. I think these are just, honestly, these scenes, and there's so many of these scenes that I could think of lots of different ways that you can use them. So again, really, really beautiful. Let's go over the top.
Nice.
Lovely. And that's all I'm doing. You could do this with your metallic inks, could do these in different colours as well. But look at the difference it makes when you pop a little bit of silver gilding wax over the top. I'm going to do the same with, in fact, no, I'll keep those 2 bits black. Let me bring in these and I'll do these because I think
You're
these
having a
look
lovely
nice.
play here, aren't you?
I
think we might have to maybe pause though, because we've got 2 votes to do, haven't we, Debbie? We've got card of the show and card of the day. So shall we...
Do you want me to pause a minute
Shall I
then?
recap what you get? And then whilst I do that, do you want to grab the other cards from this show? And then we'll get it done?
Yeah,
I know, because
absolutely.
otherwise poor Rachel...
We'll be giving her a big job to do, won't we?
We will.
Yeah.
Okay, talking about... You know, you said, why was the man balancing all the toilet rolls on his head?
Yep.
Katie easily says, because he wanted to be a TP.
Is that from the bad joke day?
Toilet paper, TP, like
TP,
tent,
TP,
TP, toilet paper.
Yeah.
We got it, we're good to go. Let me just recap what you're getting in this bundle then. So you're going to receive Nativity of Light, you're also going to get the rooftops, you're going to get the wise men, the village, and also the fairies in here as well. I love it, absolutely love it. Any other questions or comments or terrible jokes, get them into us. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafts Companion over on YouTube. Right, you ready for the vote then, Debbie?
I am. Let me get the bits together. Let me get my last one because we'll be finishing this one as well.
Yeah.
Right,
Awesome.
so number 1 was those gorgeous snowflakes.
Brilliant.
So that is number 1 when I changed it up slightly from the original design. So number 1. Number 2 was using the floral spray, so that's number 2, and we created that lovely feature of a different featured card there, so that's number 2. Number 3, the beautiful stencils, I love these, and the embossing folder, so that's number 3. Then we had number 4, which was the words, so we've got those lovely words.
Oh, that's my favourite.
I know you'd like that one. And then number 5, which is what it's going to look like when it's finished, just stay with me, is the Scenes of Light, which is number 5. So
Okay.
which is it?
1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Get voting, you've got 3 minutes to vote. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion. If you are across on YouTube, you've only got 10 minutes left on the show. Where does it go, Debbie?
I know, and we've still got to do a demo of the day, haven't we?
We have.
Yes.
Don't worry, I mean, Rachel, she is a whiz when it comes to counting these votes.
Gosh bless
So
her.
she'll get it all done.
Oops, I think me reindeer's gone upside. I think he's gone. Wait a minute, what's happened to him? It looks like he's upside down. What's happened?
He's flying upside down.
Have I twisted him up? How have I managed that? Well, I don't know how I managed that. I think he's been a little bit on that rum sauce, hasn't he? He's a little bit tipsy-whipsy there he was. So I literally...
Rum sauce?
You what, love?
Did you say he's been on rum sauce?
Yeah, rum sauce. Don't you like rum? Have you never had any rum sauce?
Never even heard of a rum sauce.
Have you not?
Never, ever. In the gallery, have you heard of a rum sauce?
Really?
No, no one knows what it is, Debbie. Maybe it's a Barnsley thing.
It is not a Barnsley thing. I've heard of... No one heard of rum sauce before.
Does it go on a cake?
No. Am I thinking of brandy sauce?
Maybe.
Oh, do you know what? After today, I could be thinking of anything. What with my birds busting my airbed?
Gosh.
Oh dear. Right, Joe, let me put my card together. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. We're professionals here. We're professionals. So I'm going to pop that little fold into there. I'm going to actually put my scenes behind the back first. So what I'm going to do with this is... Stay there, you. Stay there. Is I am going to... Oh, gosh, I'm dropping everything again, Joe. I was doing so well. I think I've done well all day, to be fair. But I'm going to just stick this little piece at the back. So I'm going to give it a little fold down the centre. And now, if you are adding your lights, you could be adding your lights behind the back of here and just sitting these proudly up a little bit at the side. So what I'm going to do is just stick a little bit of down either side. Not onto the card, Debbie, not onto the card. So let's pop that over there. And that creates that lovely skyline scene. You could also, as well, if you wanted, add multiple layers. If you wanted to add a couple of multiple layers.
Number 5.
Number 5. Oh, that's the one. Oh, That's that one.
This one?
It's this one. Oh, well,
Can we just
never.
can we just make it up and pretend it's the other one?
What?
Pretend it was the other one, my favourite one. No, okay.
Well, you're trying, Joe. You're trying there. I can see where you're going. What was your favourite one again?
The Christmas word one.
You can have that one, Joe. I'll let you have
Oh, okay,
that one.
perfect.
Yes.
Right, let's. Can I just pause you again? Would you mind?
You can do, yeah. I'll just be sticking my panels together. All I'm doing is sticking my middle panels together.
Awesome. So I'm guessing this one here was from Play Your Crafts, right? Was it, Debbie, number one?
Yes, it was. Yes.
We have Nutcracker from the earlier masterclass show, which is that one there, number 2. Oh, hang on, I've got to wiggle it apparently.
Oh, hiding in the background.
There she is. Got ya. Right, and then we have then got the Scenes of Light as well. So 1, 2, or 3. You decide. You've got a few minutes to get those votes in. Thank you, Debbie.
You're welcome. So all I've done, Joe, is I've stuck my middle part into there, and then all I'm going to do now is do the decoration part. So I've used again some little papers that I had and done a little bit of matting and layering. Like I said, if you wanted to add this, you know, LED lights behind the back, that would look absolutely incredible. But we don't have any LED lights left, and Debbie normally carries some with her.
You normally carry some what, Debbie?
I usually carry some LED lights with me, but I've left them down at the flat at Peterborough because I was working on a project, and they're still there because I haven't quite finished my project yet. So I know that they're in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick, remember those bits that I chopped up? They're going to sit in there. And now I could add a little bit of the gilding wax over the top as well, but I think I just quite like those sitting in there, and it literally just follows that theme through. And I think this, again, you can get really creative with these. So again, I'm just going to pop that in, and then now that's created that lovely, it looks really lovely, and with that touch of gilding wax over the top, absolutely beautiful. So that's the inside sorted, and then what I'm going to do now is just pop on the front a panel. So we'll pop the panel just onto the front. Let's just make sure, glue all over, and then I'm going to add finally just onto there. Let's make sure that's nice and central. There we go. We're going to add this little scene just onto the front, and again,
Nice.
just popping this on, and it's all these little bits. You can decorate your front card but have the wow factor on the inside as well, just by using these dies. So I'm going to go across the middle there. Let's take that right to the very end, and then I'm going to pop on my lovely little me drunken, he doesn't want to stay that way, does he? He wants to twist and turn.
Let him be upside down. I think you should let him fly. I think he's
rebelling.
He's taking his own course in life.
He is taking his own course in life.
We say you do you all the time. He is doing him.
So I'm going to just pop that, and I'm going to have it floated on the top there, and he's going to go, in fact, you can lead the way in the right direction. People asking again, what was the paper pad that you used there, Debbie? It was me Sarah signature, Enchanted Forest, that we had, oh gosh, I'm going to say, couple of years ago, but hidden treasures that I found when I was cleaning out said craft room.
There you are.
Christmas Eve on the front there, and then add your sentiments. May you never be too grown up to search the skies. And I should have put Christmas Eve there, but I'm going to have it on the inside.
Are you going to be on the naughty list or the nice list this year, Debbie?
I'll be on the nice list, of course. I'll be on
the
the nice list. Always on the nice list. And there you go. So we've created our card. Now, sentiment-wise, you can put that wherever you want to pop that, but isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous.
Do you know what? It's gorgeous enough to win card of the day, Debbie, is what it is.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Absolutely, it is the card of the day, of the day, of the day.
Thank you.
So I'm going to pop that up onto the cabinet of creativity in just a moment. Let me remind you of this offer, because if you want to create Debbie's award-winning card, then you can, just by grabbing these dies. So remember what you're getting in here. Nativity of Light is your first one. And again, you can use them in the way that they are intended, in that sort of pop-out scene, or play around with these. I mean, you can clearly see how you could break those down into 3 separate projects there, and you've got the star embellishment as well. Then you've got the rooftops here, the wise men, the village, and you've got the fairies in there too. Now, I think I've got just enough time to tell you about the Nutcracker. Now, I know Debbie did an earlier demo on this, didn't she? I've got it just here, haven't I? I have indeed.
Joe.
And the Nutcracker is awesome. It is a Sarah Signature collection, but it's one of the first, I believe, box Sarah Signature collection that we've done for you. It is absolutely awesome. It is loaded full of amazing items. You've got 315 different elements in here. I'm going to just run through what you're going to get included right now. There has been a launch day on this, so you'll be able to go back and watch that and get 2 whole hours of inspiration. It was myself and Jan that launched this. You've got the amazing embossing folder in here. You're going to get great stencils in there as well. These ones here too, which is amazing. And remember, with these kind of collections, when you see the papers from these collections, you are getting all the envelopes in here as well. The only place you will be able to get these is in this box, and once it has gone, it's gone. The papers in here are absolutely gorgeous. They are really beautiful, as you can see. Got a real nice kind of distressed element to them, and you've got fantastic stamps and dies in here for you as well, which is excellent. All of that coming to you within there as well. You get 12 card blanks and envelopes in there, but you're going to be able to make many, many more, of course, just by adding some of your own card blanks and envelopes. Makes a great gift. Don't forget 50 bonus points on there. Please also don't forget as well that you have got that extra 5% saving for absolutely everyone that's already an existing Club Inspire member. It's the Club Inspire Saver Special. We launched it yesterday. It's going to run up until the end of Sunday, so everyone is getting an extra juicy discount, which is fantastic. Now, remember, if you are... Oh, I'm just going to give you the details of this here as well. We do have this on the show for you, the mix and match embossing folders for you. There is so much in here. I can't believe that you get in here 1 cut and emboss folder and 3 embossing folders, 21 die cut sentiments in there. You've got die cut flowers, card blanks, envelopes. You can make 24 cards, 4 video tutorials over on craftscompanionbox.com as well, and 50 bonus points. Debbie, what a pleasure it has been being with you in the craft room. Oh, you've got a few fancy bits to show me there.
I was going to show you a quick few samples, if I may, just of how gorgeous you can use this beautiful embossing kit, and it really is absolutely glorious. And lots of different ways that you can use, and these are just some of the samples of what you can achieve in there. But honestly, it's a fabulous, fabulous kit. So thank you very much, Joe. I know I've only worked with you once today, but I'm with you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I will see you later tonight, but don't be knocking me up late because you're in late. So no coming in late and knocking on that door.
Come
in quiet is what I'm going to say, because I'm off to go and watch a little bit of casuality, as my nan would say.
Casualty. Right, anyway, we're out of time. Debbie and I will be back together tomorrow. I will be back on Crafters Companion US on Facebook, YouTube, of course, with the HSM preview. It's in 1 hour's time. I'll see you there. Bye.